Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and start our workout portion of our exercise today. With me today I have Gail and Haley. My name is Dave. We're going to do some continued warm-ups today. We're going to get a nice straight stance, some hands out front. We're going to go into a little teeter-totter and find a spot out on the floor. Find nice and balance. If you got to come down and tap that toe, you can. Opening up the hamstrings, working on little core movements. Last time, coming forwards, find that balance, come back, switching legs. You can keep those hands out front, leg comes back. That always helps to find a spot out on the floor, help you keep that balance. And if you're having troubles, you can always use a chair or something out front to help you stabilize. You can always bring that foot back down to the floor also, help you balance. Okay, we're going to go back into a lunge. We're going to step back. We're also going to bring in a rotation. We're going to rotate towards that front leg. Opening up the torso, groin, stabilizing in the hips, knee flexion going on. If you want to bring that up a notch, you can take it to a split squat, or you can stay in that lunge. Come down to the floor. We're going to go into some mountain climbers. Hands securely on the ground, arms in a locked out position. You're going to bring that knee across the body. And warming up the entire body here. If you want to take those into a knee tuck and back out, you can. Otherwise, you can stay with the mountain climber motion. And we'll come back up to a standing position. All right, today we're going to do a little rep scheme. A ladder. We're going to start off with 10 reps through 3 different exercises. We're going to go through squats, push-ups. We're going to add a little rotation with that, and sit-ups. We're going to start off with our squats. Good wide stance. Make sure we rotate those feet out slightly. Butts are back. Keep the knees behind the toes. Coming down for 1. We got 10 reps here. Last one. Coming back down to the floor, we got our push-ups. We're going to come down to the floor, push up. Come up, we're going to rotate. Coming down and up for 3. If you want to modify those push-ups, you can always bring the knees to the floor. Last rep. Good, coming to our mat. We got sit-ups. And we're going for 10. If you want to modify these, you can go into crunches. Everybody ready? Up for 1. You never really want to put your hands behind your head. You want to kind of, or if you do, try not to pull. You don't want to put any tension in the back of the neck. Two more. Last rep. Back to our squats. It's a ladder workout, so we're going to go down in reps. We're going in 9. Keep those butts back. Make sure those knees are behind the toes. We're stabilizing with the hips. If you're having problems squatting, you can always sit and come into a stand. Last rep. Going into our push-ups. Back down on the floor. And we'll come down and up for 1. Get that rotation in there. Just an added core movement. Good shoulder stabilization. Come into one arm. Good. Back to our sit-ups. More crunches. Again, if you have those hands behind the head, that's okay. Just don't pull. Last rep. Come back to a standing position. Go in our squats. We got 8. Keep those butts back. Focus on getting a little lower. Last rep. Back to our push-ups. Full extension, rotate. Last rep. Good. Sit-ups. Got 8. Again, if you're fatigued on those sit-ups, you can go to those crunches. You can always find a couch or something to slide your feet underneath. Help you come up on those sit-ups. Good. Squats. Going for 7. Coming down. Can open up those knees. We don't want to bend them inwards. Push-ups. Coming down. Rotate. Good. Sit-ups. Got 7. Last rep, all the way up, standing position. We got 6 reps going into our body squats. Up and down. Last rep, back to our push-ups. Fully extend, rotate. Last rep. Going back into our sit-ups, 6 reps. Up for 1. Last rep. All the way back up in our standing position. Going for 5. Whole handful coming down. Last rep. And really focus on form with these smaller rep counts after we've done all those higher reps. Don't rush through. If you can't stay with that, that's fine. Back to our sit-ups. Make sure we're coming all the way up on those sit-ups, otherwise modify with those crunches. Last rep. Back to our squats for 4. And come down. Push-ups. Rotate. Back to our sit-ups. Up for 1. Squats. Going for 3. Push-ups. All the way down, all the way up. Make sure you exhale when you're pressing upwards. Last rep. Back to our sit-ups. Going for 3. Good. Back to standing position, squats. 1 and a 2, focus on form. Push-ups. Rotate. Sit-ups. All the way down, all the way up. Feel that contraction coming up for the last rep. Down, push-up. Rotate. Sit up, good. We'll go ahead and stay on those mats here. We're gonna go into a little core routine. We'll go ahead and sit back. Leave those arms out to the side, whatever's comfortable. We're gonna take those knees side to side. Really focusing on the obliques today. I'm going to raise those hips up, back down to the mat. Good. We'll straighten those legs out front, hands outside to a T. We're going to take one leg up and over, bring it back to the middle, scissor kick, switch legs. The other side. Come back to a sit-up position. We're going to raise those shoulders off the ground, chin to the chest, touch side to side. So oblique heel touches. Really want to reach, try to reach those ankles. Good. Sit back. I'm going to take those hands behind the head, or if you want to modify, you can tuck them underneath the butt. Or bring the knees to the chest, extend those legs out. If you want to further modify, you could alternate legs. Make sure we're exhaling when the feet are extending. Back to our sit-up position. We got 3 exercises today. We're going to go into some flutter kicks. We're going to go into what's called the crab hold. We're going to finish with the plank. So our flutter kicks, we're doing 3 types of flutter kicks today. Low, and we're going to do high, and then we're going to do big kicks. We'll extend those legs out front. You can tuck those hands underneath the butt if you have to. Otherwise, you can tuck them behind the head. Do 10 flutter kicks nice and low. 1, 2. Up top. Big kicks. Open up those legs. Good. Staying on our back side. We're going to come up to our elbows and then up to our knees. We're going to go into what's called a crab hold. We're just like in the sit-up position. We're going to raise those hips off the mat and keep those hips up. We don't want to sink down. Just going to hold here. Working our triceps. Kind of opens up our biceps a little bit with the stretch. Continue to hold. Make sure we breathe. Target our glutes and our hamstrings. Good core movement. Good. Come back to a seated position. Flipping over to our front side. We're going to go into a plank hold. If you want to modify the plank, still stay on those elbows. Just drop the knees. Everybody ready? Coming up to a hold. Make sure you don't want to sink those hips. Our butts don't want to be up in the air. We're focusing on our core, not our shoulders. Continue to hold. Focus on your midsection. Feel your Abdominals contract your lower back. Try to relax the shoulders. Stay strong in the middle. And break, good. Flipping back over. Go right back into our flutter kicks. And we'll take those hands behind the head or underneath the butt. We got 10 little kicks down below, and we'll go. Take them up top. And big kicks. Good. Come back to our feet on the floors, come up to our elbows, and then to our hands. Go back into that crab hold. And we'll come up. If you want to take or increase the difficulty this time, you can extend one leg out front. And we'll switch legs, send the other leg. Bring that leg down. We'll finish in that hold. Come back down to the floor. Flip it over to our front sides. Go right back into our planks. Get modified. Drop those knees to the ground. Everybody up. It's a good exercise. Will help you with any kind of fitness goal you have. Help with your strength lifts, help with everything. It's a good exercise. If you want to increase difficulty this time, you can drop the hips side to side. You can target those obliques again today. Remember not to keep that butt up, nice and low. Come back to middle, we'll finish in a hold. And we'll break, good. Last set, flipping back to our seats. Sitting back, hands behind the head, underneath the butt. We got our flutter kicks, legs come out, and we'll kick. Up top. Big kicks. Good, come back to our extended position, into our crab holds. Again, we'll lift those hips up. This time, if you want to increase difficulty, you can bring the opposite hand up with the leg. Come up. You can reach all the way out and touch your toes or your shin. That's good. Want to focus on keeping those hips up too. We don't want to sink. Last rep, finish back in that hold. Almost there. Back to a seated position, flipping over, last set of planks. Again, keep modifying on the knees. And we'll come into a hold. If you want to increase the difficulty this time, you can extend one arm out front. And try to keep those hips parallel. Try not to over-rotate. Bring that arm in, switching arms, extend outwards. Bring that hand in, we'll finish in a hold. And break, good. We'll go ahead and take you through a cool down or stretching exercise. Thank you for joining us. Today I have with me Haley and Gailey, or Gail. Sometimes we call them together Gailey. I'm Dave. We'll see you next time.